Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Do you want me to do like? Oh, it's already level.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Good morning, dear devotees. Today we're very fortunate to have Her Grace Preethivilasini Mataji. Mataji will be enlightening us on Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya Khanda, chapter 23, verses 352 to 362. Good morning. Please accept my humble obeisances, Preethivilasini Mataji. Thank you so much for your valuable time and association this morning. Looking forward to hearing from you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. I hand over the call to you, Mataji. Please take over. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining. And I am so sorry. This was my mistake. My apologies. I gave the verses to two people, and both of them I indicated Thursday. So both of them I've prepared for Thursday, and so I'm covering the class today, and hopefully one of them will move to Monday. So
Mataji, I'm sorry to interrupt. I forgot to share the Srila Prabhupadaji's quote. May I do that, please?
yeah, please go ahead. Meanwhile,
Thank you.
I'll
Sorry
just
so
put
much.
the
Sorry about that.
thing. Yeah, sure.
I would like to share Srila Prabhupadaji's quote. Krishna is dancing. You have seen similarly. Our position is simply dancing with Krishna and being happy. That is our position. But we have come to this material world to enjoy independently of Krishna. Therefore, we have been captured by the illusionary energy. Hyderabad, April 23rd, 1974. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please take over, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you all so much for bearing with me. And thank you, Shivani Mataji, for your warm welcoming and reading the quote, and Yasumati Mataji for that very nice chanting of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3. Thank you all so much. We will continue our study of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं कृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरम् नमावो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्या प्रभु नित्यानन्दा श्री अद्वैता गदाधार श्रीवसादि गौरभक्तवृन्दा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. We will offer prayers to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as we are reading Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata today. आजानुलम्बितभुजौ कनकावदातौ सङ्कीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायदाक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ जयति जयति देव कृष्ण चैतन्य चन्द्र जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्या पवित्रा जयति नृत्यं तस्य विश्वेश्वमूर्तेर् Jayati Jayati Nrityastasya Sarvapriyanam. Jayati Jayati Nrityam Tasya Sarvapriyanam. So we will read from Sri Caitanya Bhagavat, and this is going to be text 352 to 362. Sorry, this is a last minute trial, so bear with me. We'll see how, and we'll take reflections from everybody. So this is the march to the house of Chandkazi. So we know that in the context of this section that Mahaprabhu is marching along with all his associates, and they are carrying torches, and many of them are fired up. They are telling that they will punish the atheists, and they are all marching together to show their first civil disobedience movement against Chandkazi. So here is 352. Se Shivaya Haya Murcha Ananda Sahita Pahariko Dhatu Nahi Sabi Chamakita. Eventually, the Lord fell unconscious in ecstasy, and everybody became shocked when his body showed no signs of life for 3 hours. Wow. So, as the Lord was marching, and he was hearing the Harinam Sankirtan, we see that Mahaprabhu was showing symptoms of ecstasy, because the previous verses also talk of the different symptoms of ecstasy that Mahaprabhu was exhibiting as the holy names was chanted by millions and millions of people. So we see in the previous verses how millions and millions of people chanted the name of Hari, and everyone roared and danced loudly. And because of this, because of hearing the holy names and chanting the holy names, Mahaprabhu was developing very beautiful symptoms of ecstasy. What are some of the symptoms that are mentioned here? Streams of tears was flowing from his lotus eyes. He was shivering in ecstasy, and he jumped high into the air and he fell down. And when Mahaprabhu gets into these symptoms of ecstasy, it is very difficult to control him. So Nityananda Prabhu was trying to control him, but it was simply not possible. The original reason why Nityananda Prabhu wanted to be next to Mahaprabhu is to just protect Mahaprabhu, especially when Mahaprabhu develops these symptoms of ecstasy. There should be someone to take care of him. So Nityananda Prabhu always was ensuring that his eyes was on Mahaprabhu. Nityananda Prabhu was trying hard to control the Lord when he was showing these different symptoms of ecstasy. But Nityananda Prabhu just couldn't contain him. So he started lamenting because he couldn't support the Lord. That is the reason why he was even there. This Nityananda Prabhu, who's supporting the entire planetary systems on one of his hoods, he was not able to contain the Lord when the Lord was showing symptoms of ecstasy. And eventually, what happened? The Lord fell down unconscious, and people got very scared. Why? Because his body was not showing any signs of life. He had become murcha, he had fallen down. Seshe va ye haya murcha ananda sahita. Why? Because of extreme ecstasy, happiness, he had lost consciousness. Pahare ko dhatu nahi, sabhi chamakiya. So what happened? For 3 hours, he was not showing any signs of life, and everybody got worried. What happened to Mahaprabhu? The same thing happened when Mahaprabhu, you all know, when he actually went and he went missing one day. He went and got drowned in the ocean, in the waters of the ocean, and then a fisherman, he caught him in the net. And at that time, the fisherman was also very concerned. What happened? How did who's this person? It appears that I've got a ghost. Because when Mahaprabhu gets into the symptoms of ecstasy, his limbs are all stretched out and he becomes like a tortoise. So he just folds himself and he becomes like that. And it appears that there are no symptoms of life. Mahaprabhu's body turns pale. So seeing that, a person who doesn't understand this will obviously get scared. But then here, there are devotees who consider Mahaprabhu their life and soul. So when they saw Mahaprabhu in such a terrible condition, the Lord fell down, and they saw that the Lord fell down in ecstasy. They became very shocked and they were worried for the Lord. So initially, in our initial days of Krishna consciousness, we are always the center. For a person, oneself becomes the center. So when we see the Lord, we want the Lord to protect us because we are the center, right? So the Lord should be there for me. That is the tendency, or that is the thought of a person in his initial days of Krishna consciousness. But then, as a person advances, what happens? The person sees that the Lord is very, very important. So the person starts thinking, Lord should be safe. I should take care of the Lord. Not that the Lord should always take care of me. God is there to take care of me. God should give me this. God should give me that. That is the initial tendency of anybody, any practicing devotee. But as the devotee advances, the devotee is worried about the Lord. Is the Lord okay? How can I take care of him? Is he doing well? So like that, Nityananda Prabhu, you see the mood of Nityananda Prabhu, and not only Nityananda Prabhu, all the people in Navadvip, they were all very, very shocked, and they were worrying for the Lord. Why is the Lord not getting up? The Lord has fallen down like that for 3 hours. So they became very concerned. Just like Govardhan Leela pastime also. During the Govardhan Leela pastime, we see this very beautiful painting of Krishna lifting the Govardhan hill. And if you see the expression of the people who are under the Govardhan hill, the facial expression, you would expect, a person who doesn't understand the Krishna consciousness would expect the expressions of all the people under the Govardhan hill to be something that is very happy, that they are getting protected. They should have happy faces. That is what one might think. But then if you see the expressions on the painting, you will see that everybody looks worried. They look very worried. Krishna's lifting up the Govardhan hill. Is he going to be okay? Poor kid, he's holding it up in a single finger. So that kind of expression you would see in the faces of the Vrajavasis. Now that is real love for Krishna. Their thought is not, I am being protected. I'm very happy. Oh, Krishna's holding this up for me. It's his job. Let him hold it up, and I'm going to be happy because of it. I'm protected. That is not their consciousness. Rather, their consciousness is, oh, what will happen to Krishna? He's going to miss so many meals. His finger is going to pain. So let all the Brajavasis, they thought, let's bring all the sticks and let's hold up the sticks and give him some help. And all the women are concerned. They are thinking, how is Krishna going to hold this up? He's a little boy. Yashoda Maya is so sad. She's thinking, everybody is torturing my Lala. So like that, the emotions change. And we start developing so much love towards the Lord that we are constantly worried if the Lord is okay. It's no more about me, rather it is about the Lord. So that shift of consciousness happens. Anyway, so here all the Brajavasis, they were concerned for the Lord. And then they could eventually understand that this is not ordinary. This is because this personality is none other than the Supreme Lord. Only the Supreme Lord can exhibit such manifestations. So eventually they could see that this is not some kind of mundane exhibition of some random emotions. Rather, the Lord is showing very, very advanced symptoms of ecstasy. So it took them some time to come to that realization. Text number 353. Ei mata apurva dhekiya sarvajana sabai balena ye purusha narayana. So they all understood this is non-different from Narayan, who is the Supreme Lord. On seeing such wonderful characteristics, they all concluded this personality must be Lord Narayan. Only Narayan can display such ecstatic emotions, while some others had other opinions. So let's see what the other opinions were. Keha bale Narada Prahalada Shuka yena keha bale ye se how manushya nahena. Some others said he is Narada Muni. Of course, we see how Narada Muni is such an advanced devotee and he also gets immersed in love of God. Others said he is Prahalad or Shukadeva Goswami. We know how Shukadeva Goswami, when we have heard this, of course, we hear this when Shukadeva Goswami, he hears the name of Radharani, he would get into ecstasy and he would faint and lose consciousness. right? So that is one of the reasons why the learned scholars, they say that Shukdev Goswami wouldn't openly tell the name of Radharani, though Rasik devotees can understand Radharani is there in every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, right from the first verse till the end. Of course, the famous one is Anayaradi Thanunam, which they all point out. But then Shukadeva Goswami, he was a great devotee of Radha and Krishna. So Shukadeva Goswami, even by the thought of the name of Radharani, he would get into ecstasy and he would faint. And Parikshit Maharaj had only 7 days, so they were all very worried. So Shukadeva Goswami, externally, it appeared that he didn't bring out the name of Radharani. So he was a very advanced devotee. Similarly, Prahlad Maharaj, we read in Srimad Bhagavatam also, how Prahlad Maharaj, he would get into these symptoms of ecstasy. He would shiver, he would cry, he would jump. We read all this in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. These are all symptoms of ecstasy. So these 3 great devotees, very advanced devotees, are all the ones who would lose their consciousness thinking of Krishna. So some other people were telling, maybe he's Narada. Others were like, oh, he could be Prahlad Maharaj, while others said he is Shukadev Goswami. But then the others said, yeah, whoever he may be, maybe he's Narayan or maybe he's a very great devotee. Still, he's not an ordinary human being. Anyone who saw him, my Pandit, they could understand that there is something very, very special about Nimai Pandit. They could understand the truth that he is no ordinary person. Text number 355. Ye mata balena yara anubhava atyanta tarkika bale parama vaishnava. People spoke in this way according to their realization. The staunch logician said, he is a great Vaishnava. Only a great Vaishnava, only a very, very advanced personality can exhibit such kind of symptoms of ecstasy. So the staunch logician said, definitely he's a great Vaishnava. Bahya nahi prabhura parama bhakti rase bahutuli hari bola ghoshe. The Lord was devoid of external consciousness in the topmost mellows of devotional service as he raised his arms and chanted Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So we see how the Lord was devoid of his external consciousness because of the devotional service. And then he raises his arms and he chanted Hari Bol. Simply by hearing this Hari Bol, imagine the Lord was showing symptoms of ecstasy. For 3 hours, he was lying there without consciousness, and everybody got really worried looking at it. And then eventually, after analyzing the symptoms, they could understand that this is actually the symptoms of a great Vaishnava. A Vaishnava in separation from Krishna or hearing the holy names, he can get into such ecstasy. But then how does one come out into proper consciousness when he has fainted in ecstasy? Again, it is only by the holy names. So he chants, he slowly regains consciousness and he chants. The first thing he does is he chants Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Even in the story, when the fisherman caught the Lord in the net, at that time also, Swarup Damodar Goswami and others, they went around the Lord, clapping their hands, they chanted the holy names. And then the Lord came out he regained his consciousness. So the same thing here, as soon as the Lord, though the Lord was devoid of external consciousness, internally he was relishing the holy name so much that suddenly he started chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, and everybody became very, very delighted because now the Lord was regaining his consciousness. Shri Mukhere Vachana Suniya Ekhabar Sarvaloke Hari Hari Bale Uchai Shravare. So what happened when they heard Ekabar? Once they heard from that Sri Mukha, the lotus mouth of the Lord, the most beautiful lotus mouth of the Lord, Hari Bol, everybody, they started resonating Hari Hari, Hari Hari, and they were all extremely happy that the Lord regained his consciousness. Gauranga Sundaraya yedike nachiya seidike sarvaloka chalaya dhaya. Everybody followed behind Gaura Sundar in whichever direction he danced. So the Lord was in extreme ecstasy, and he was going swaying from one end to the other, and everybody was following him in whichever direction he went. Gauranga Sundaraya Yedika Nachiya Sedike Sarvaloka Chalaya Daya Kajira Badira Pati Darila Thakura Vadya Kolahala Kaji Shunaya Prachura. So, like this, the Lord, where did he go? He went to the house of the Kazi. So, that was the plan, right? To go to the house of the Kazi. So, like this, finally, he goes to the house of the Kazi. And now, this Kazi, he heard the loud vibration of these musical instruments. He could hear, see, there was a decision that Sankirtan should not be made. That was the decision that was literally passed. But now, what happened as they were approaching the house of the Kazi was hearing the loud vibration of instruments. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he explains that there is a road from the village of Simulia to the present day Vamanapapura, where the original house of the Kazi is situated. It is situated even now. So we look at the pictures probably of the house of the Kazi in a few minutes. So all the way, if you remember earlier Mataji's class, Archana Bhakti Mataji's class, she showed us the map of the travel of Mahaprabhu, how Mahaprabhu, he travels through the Ghats, through the path of the Ganges, through the banks of the river Ganges, and finally he reached the Qazi's house. So like this, when he was going towards the Qazi's house, the Qazi heard these loud vibrations, and he was getting very curious. What is happening? Who's coming? I had told that nobody should be chanting, but now what is happening? So he was very, very concerned. So we'll see where the Qazi's house is once we complete the verses. Kajibale suna bhai ki gita vadana kiba kare vibha kiba bhutera kirtana. The Qazi said, listen brothers, what is that singing music? Is it someone's marriage or is it the kirtan of some ghostly beings? Bhutera kirtan. So he says that who's doing that kirtan? Is it the kirtan of those ghostly beings or maybe some marriage ceremony? Because when we have marriage ceremonies or we have any such uh, festivals and fairs that happen in the city or the town, what happens, there is a lot of musical instruments. So he was curious, who is this? And definitely he had this doubt, is it the kirtan of those ghostly people? So it is interesting how the world sees devotees as some ghostly people, while the devotees see the rest of the world as being ghostly. The common people, they don't understand Krishna consciousness. They don't understand what is so attractive about Krishna consciousness. Why are these people always, holding some beads and saying Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna and chanting? And then why are they always lost? Why are they always doing something for Krishna? They don't understand that. They find us very, very weird. And they think we are very unhappy. But actually, we know how happy we are. While we understand that there's no happiness, there's no true happiness in the material world. People in the material world are like ghostly beings. But the vision of the material people is that, oh, these devotees are ghostly beings. So this is what Kasi was thinking at this point in time. मोरा बोला लंघिया क्या के करे हिनुदयानी जटा जानी आओ तबे चबीला आपनी. So he says, go quickly and see who is transgressing my order by following the Hindu rituals. Then I will go myself. So you see the word Hindu, Hindu Yani. Mora bola langiya ke kare Hindu Yani. Chata jani ao tabe shaiba apani. So especially the Muslims during that time, they used to call the people who were following the system of the Sanatana Dharma as Hindus because they lived on the other side of the Sindhu. So the people who followed a lifestyle relating to the traditional customs in the Vedic tradition, they were all called as Hindus. So especially the Muslim people were the first ones to call us Hindus. So you see, it is mentioned here. Go quickly and see who's transgressing my order. Already this order was passed that this Harinam Sankirtan, all this business should not be done. It was an order given because these Qazis, they were the government at that time. So the order was given, but still someone was transgressing. That's why Prabhupada called this first Sankirtan movement as the civil disobedience movement, the very first civil disobedience movement. So something may be given by the law or by the government, but if someone voluntarily transgresses it, then it is disobedience, right? So Srila Prabhupada called this Sankirtan movement a civil disobedience movement at the time of the Qazi. So obviously the Qazi was very upset. He said, who's this transgressing my order? First you all go. First he sends his men. Then only the chief comes out. This is also something you will say in the great kings of those days. I mean, it's not like the government that is today. In ancient times, the king would also go to the war field and they would also face the opponent. But however, the tradition was that first they would send the soldiers, then they would send their key commanders, and after that they would send their own sons, and then they would go to the battle. Like you see in Ram Ravana Yuddha, also the same thing happens. So it goes step by step. That is how people attacked. Always the king had to be protected. So anyway, here the Qazi is telling, yes, you all go see, and if needed, I will come out myself at the end. So that was the tradition. So on here, let's see what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says. On hearing the sound of Sri Gaurasundar's Kirtan party, the Qazi sent some people to investigate. This is the first thing. He thought that the sound was coming from a marriage party or some joyful party. He said, I have issued an order to stop the Hindus' Kirtan. If anyone has transgressed my order and engaged in the Hindus' Kirtan, then as soon as I receive such news, I will go myself to stop it. So first he wanted his messengers to go find out what is happening. And eventually he says that he will also go and he will stop it himself. So he was a leader in the sense he was taking action at least, not like today's leaders where they're sitting back and they're just letting the public fight it out. So let's see text 362. Kajira adeshe tabe anuchara dhaya sangahatta dekiya apanara shastragaya. The Qazi's servants ran after receiving his order and they saw a huge gathering and they remembered their scriptures. Yeah, so they remembered their scriptures. So, Ananta Arbhuda Loka Bale Kaji Mara Dare Palaiya Tabe Kajira Akinkara. How many people went? Unlimited number of millions of people were shouting. Ananta Arbhuda Loke Bale Kaji Mara. So what happened? The people in Mahaprabhu's party, they were all unlimited and they were shouting, kill the Qazi, kill the Qazi. And hearing this, what happened? The Qazi's people, they ran away quickly. So, Radha diya kajira kahila jata giya kikara chahala jata yai paliya. They ran quickly and they told the Qazi, what can you do? Let us quickly run away. So they got so scared when they saw millions and millions of people who were headed by Nimai Pandit who had come there. And they saw that they were fully prepared, right? Here we see in 365, Koti Koti, Laka Sange, Nimai Acharya, Sajiya Aise Aji, Kiba Kare Koreya. So they saw that thousands and thousands of people had come. And they were all fully equipped, all the people of Nimai Pandit. And these people, they got scared. What will they do to us today? And they ran away so that they could go and report to their boss that, it's better that we all move away. So lakhe lakhe mahatapa deepa sabijwale laksha koti loka meli Hindu yani bale. Millions and millions of people are chanting the names of Hindu gods while carrying hundreds and hundreds of burning torches. So we'll have to stop here because Prabhuji will continue from 367 tomorrow. So we see that all these people, they were getting very, very scared looking at the power of the Supreme Lord of Nimai Pandit. So I was just thinking of some reflections. And also we'll take reflections from everybody because this was an unprepared class. And I will also check out the house of Kazi in a minute. So traditionally, when there was a disobedience like this, when there was a disobedience movement, or even in those days when two parties were facing each other, there are the general reaction is that the messengers, they go, they find out what is happening, and in all probability the messengers are very, very bold. They come back and they tell their master, and then the master and the messengers, they get equipped for a fight, and then they go and face the opposing party. This is traditional. But then here we see the power of Nimai Pandit. Okay, with the power of Nimai Pandit and the power of the holy names, everybody was so surcharged that it really scared even the very passionate messengers of Kazi. The Kazi was a very powerful man and he was a great warrior. So much so was his messengers. But you can imagine the impact of the power of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence. So a devotee is extremely powerful, even when his presence is there, in a place. He doesn't have to speak, he doesn't have to talk, he doesn't have to show anything by action. Just by his presence, people can, the atheistic people or people who are devoid of Krishna consciousness who are against the process of Krishna consciousness can become very fearful. So we see that happening here. They all literally ran away from that place, and they also wanted to tell their boss to run away from this place. So they were not sure what will happen, looking at the power that Nimai Pandit had created among all his associates with the help of the holy names. So there is also a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, Apanna Samsmrita Ghora Yannama Vivasho Granan. Sada vimucheta yad bibeti swayam bhayam. So when the holy names are chanted, immediately fear personified runs away. Okay, even accidentally if it is chanted, even by mistake if it is chanted. But then for whom the fear is dispelled? The fear is dispelled for the person who has taken shelter of the holy name, who's chanting the holy name. But the same holy names, it can empower a devotee so much that when a devotee goes and stands chanting the holy names, then what happens? Anyone who is opposing the devotee will run away. So there is this, it just reminds me of one story of one Russian devotee, if I'm not wrong. She was arrested, and when she was in the jail, there was this person who was trying to, jailer and others who were trying to torture the devotee in various ways. But then these devotees are very strong. They will never give up chanting the holy name. They're always very surrendered to the Lord. And one particular, in our tradition, we have this something like black magic. So like that in the Western tradition also, in the Christian tradition also, they had something like that. Okay, where they would invoke a negative energy. So one lady came to invoke a negative energy, and she started chanting Narsimha Prana mantra. And nothing happened. She was chanting Narsimha prayers, nothing was happening, and that negative entity was trying to come towards her to torture her. But then she also chanted so many different mantras. She chanted the Hare Krishna mantra, then she chanted the Narsimha prayers. And then finally, she just surrendered to Srila Prabhupada and she chanted Prabhupada Praniti. And immediately Prabhupada came to her shelter, and that person who was trying to impose that negative energy on this devotee, she stopped. And everyone asked her, why? What's happening? Why are you resisting? And then she said, no, I see a man shaking his forefinger and telling, don't ever do it. So we can imagine how everything is very powerful. Yes, holy names are very powerful, but holy names become even more powerful when you approach the holy names after taking shelter of Srila Prabhupada, who is our Acharya, right? So through when you take shelter of a devotee and you accept the holy names, then it becomes very powerful. So that is what was happening with the people here also. The entire crowd, they had all taken shelter of the holy names and they had Nimai Pandit in their presence. And Nimai Pandit was personally protecting everybody. They looked extremely powerful. And then what happened? Fear personified, like we say, Yad Bibeti Swayam Bhayam, even fear personified will run away hearing the holy names. So, like that, what to talk about these, tiny little Mohammedans who were against the holy names? They all simply ran away and they went and reported this matter to their leader, who was the Kasi. So I will stop here. I don't have anything much to say. As it is, I spoke too much irrelevant stuff. So if anyone wants to share realizations, please go ahead for these verses. And I will try to, yes, Parima Mataji, please go ahead. And meanwhile, I'll try to open up the house of Chandkazi and we'll see how it looks. Okay. Yes, Parima Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, such a wonderful class. Very short and crisp, but very nice, Mataji. Mataji, I have a pastime to share that I recently heard from a senior devotee.
Yes, please, please. Yes, we would love to hear
There is
past.
there is one devotee Mataji in New York.
Yeah.
This has happened recently, okay? And she was actually walking in the street. Maybe it was little late at night, back from work, and
Mm.
a thief was following her.
Mm.
And the thief was following her, and he showed her the gun, and
Mm.
he said that, give whatever you have in your purse or whatever belongings you have. She was so calm. She said, okay, here, take whatever you want, take this. She didn't have much actually, but she said, oh, take whatever you want. But the thief, he thought that, he asked her, aren't you scared of me? So that Mataji said that, look, if I have to get killed, I will
Mm.
get killed by you. You can show your, you can shoot me. But if I have to be saved, you cannot kill me.
Correct.
So that thief was so surprised that he decided not to steal. That Mataji took that thief home. Can you believe this?
Oh my
She
God.
took that thief home. She preached to him. She gave him prasadam and she gave him Bhagavad Gita.
Hari bol. So that is the fearlessness of a devotee. Amazing.
Amazing. I was so amazed. I wish I attained this kind of, calm headedness at some point of time.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna, he has his way of forced surrender. Even if we are not surrendering to him, he'll forcefully make us surrender in a way that we have no other, we can't look out anywhere else. Why we are fearful? Because we think, okay, we can do something. I'm not able to respond. I'm not able to do something myself. So that creates so much fear in our heart. How will I handle it? How will I handle it? Because we are thinking we are the doer. But then eventually a devotee becomes so fearless because the devotee is so surrendered, this devotee understands everything is only possible by Krishna. What is in my hands?
I
So,
wish I get this surrender. I really seek blessings from all of you.
Mataji, sometimes, don't worry, Mataji. What I wanted to say is Krishna will forcibly make us surrender. We'll be left with no choice,
Yeah,
practically.
that's true actually. I wish. Thank you, Mataji.
And
Thank
that
you
is
for this.
the beauty is that is also his mercy, right? That is also his mercy.
Actually, that's his mercy. We don't see it. Actually, the very blessing is a curse, and a very curse is a blessing. If we
Correct.
look underneath, we
Yeah,
think that they know whether then inside any curse there's a blessing, and
definitely.
we can even see in the Bhagavatam, Mataji.
Yeah, every curse, every situation is a blessing for us to grow in Krishna consciousness. That is 100% true. But such a beautiful story, and it gives us hope also.
I know.
What can happen at the most? We will die, right? And can you? I mean, I'm saying it
It's
very,
not easy to face such a situation, though, Mataji.
yeah, definitely that. No, I'm just thinking about the consciousness of that Mataji.
I know. I wish
Yeah.
I could meet her. Unfortunately, I don't know the name. Otherwise, I would have gone to New York City or wherever she is in New York and met her. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing, Mataji. Yeah, anyone else has any thoughts, realizations, stories? Yes, Prahlad Ananda Prabhu, now you can talk, Prabhu. You can give all your realizations, Prabhu. We are waiting to hear from you.
Haribol Mataji, Pranam to all. This story of thief also reminds me of article I read in Back to Godhead magazine long back. And this was also a thief. Actually, this happened in United Kingdom somewhere, I understand. And the thief, he went to certain apartment or whatever, and they knew he was trying to steal some things. Now, somehow or other, he heard some noise in the house, and he said, "No, what to do?" He wanted to escape. So the way he was escaping, he saw one book lying. He said, "I should not go empty-handed." So he picked up that book. And that book was Bhagavad Gita as it is. And then he has written this article himself that now I have become devotee because of that. So you can you can see, how Bhagavan Krishna acts, and to bring some random soul, yes, just to Bhagavad Gita as it is. This is a miracle by Sri Prabhupada, because he has written such a miracle book that anyone who reads little bit like that, Prabhupada's literature, they will get really kind of, Mahat Krupa like that. So this was another thing recently. I said yesterday. Yesterday, this Good Friday, we were allowed. Our group was allowed to go to a Mormon church here in Las Vegas. And they were holding interfaith kind of conference, and they were inviting other people. So they also invited us as Hare Krishna devotees like that. So it was a congregation of about 2,500 people, a very big hall. And we made all of them chant Hare Krishna mantra and give them the perfect answer books to almost 100 people like that. Wow. So this was really good opportunity we got by Prabhupada's mercy to spread holy name like that to all these Christians who had come there, like that. So this was little reflection I want to share, Mata. Very well. Thank you very much. Very well.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. It was so inspiring. Yes. Thank you so much. So beautiful. A person just gets a book, a person just gets the holy name, and his whole life is transformed. Yeah, so beautiful. Yeah, the magic of book distribution. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, Preethivilasini Mataji. Thank you so much for a very beautiful class. I really liked when you spoke about the devotee, how powerful devotee is present is, only present, doesn't have to do anything else. And in this case, it was Nimai Pandit. The In the chat, the devotees are thanking you. Vinita Gandhavika Mataji saying, Jai awesome Parima Mataji, thank you for sharing. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. He's giving us hope and faith fearlessly. Yashamati Mataji saying Hari Bol, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Amazing class, Parima Mataji saying, and Kripa Mai Sita Mataji saying, Hare Krishna, Dharma Pranam Mataji, wonderful class. Kindly send requesting all devotees to pray Krishna for 27 soul murdered in Kashmir Valley, India.
I saw that picture, yeah. Yes, definitely. Yes, we will all pray. So many problems. Yeah.
Sorry, Mataji, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I mean, the world is facing all sorts of things. Yeah, definitely, Mataji. We will definitely pray.
And thank you for sharing the beautiful Russian devotee story as well. That shows how powerful this chanting the holy name, chanting and praying to the all of our Guru Vargas and Parampara and Srila Prabhupada ji. They're always there, even though physically they're not here. But even I have many times, felt okay, they help you. Like when I came to Krishna consciousness, when I was new and we were in Florida, and I was praying in the heart because we were in the theme park, and I wanted to meet this one devotee, my very first devotee, and she was wanting to take me to the Florida temple. And my Prabhu is not in Krishna consciousness, so he said, no, I will not take you. So I was praying to Srila Prabhupada ji, please just make him say yes. Like if she can give me a ride, he's okay with me going. And within like 5 minutes, he said, I will not take you, but she can come and pick you up. I'm okay with that. So I was like so happy, internally, and saying Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Srila Prabhupada ji. So it really, really, when you praying from the heart and you're praying, your prayers are sincere. They are answered. And your faith becomes more and more strong in Krishna consciousness. At least I can speak for myself that every step, that I've been gone through a lot of problems and a lot of things that have happened, but still, Shri Prabhupada ji and Gaur Nitai, they're always there, like, to help me. And I realized that. Of course, it takes time for me to realize it, but it strengthens your faith. So thank you so much, Mataji, for a very beautiful class. I know it was a last minute. We didn't have speakers, but you stepped in and, like Parima Mataji said, short and sweet class. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji, for sharing your realization. Yes, your devotees were also wonderful. Thank you.
Hare. Yes, thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If there are no more questions or realizations, I would like to pay my obeisances to her grace.
I can actually just quickly share the screen and show Chandakazi's the location, the samadhi that is there today.
Yes, Mataji.
And that there's a small note on how this tree is still flowering and all that. So I think many of you who have gone to Mayapur would know all this already. But since we are reading about it, just a visual will also help us. Right? This is just from some log, Mayapur Live, it says. So it's just a blog and sort of showing this is the tree that is there in that location still. And it says Chand Ghazi Samadhi is not far away from Yogapeeth. At one time, it served as the guideline that helped to prove the truth of the discovery made by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Samadhi is a low stone structure located in a small courtyard, and two trees grow directly from it. The Champaka and the other. And it is said that the actual tree is more than 500 years old, which means it witnessed the pastime of Lord Chaitanya who had come to this place. The trunk of the tree is empty from inside. However, the tree continues to grow and brings flowers all year round. And the champaka that is wrapped around the tree flowers also all year round. So it is believed that the champaka symbolizes Chandkazi himself and the tree symbolizes Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's the vision of a devotee. A devotee is saying that both of them are still there. And it symbolizes Lord Chaitanya who embraced his devotees. So devotee is called Champaku Kalpavriksha, a tree that fulfills spiritual desires. Working around these trees, you can ask them to fulfill your spiritual desires. So this is about this. Still, it exists. This place, the Samadhi area, and it's also the place where they met. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eventually forgave Chandakazi and accepted him. I'm sure there are many more pictures available online. I have personally not been to Mayapur, unfortunately, but people who have gone there can give more realizations on this place. Yeah.
Hare Bol. Thank you for sharing that, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Go ahead, Yeshwati.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So sweet class and so very, very nice incident, whatever Mataji shared. And we can say that, Harinam is so powerful, right? So everyone should take shelter of Harinam. We should surrender Krishna. Then we don't have any fear, right? But this is give me a strength. This incident. Yeah, don't fear anytime.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
So sweet class, Mataji.
Thank you, Yeshwati Mataji, for sharing your realizations. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If there are no more questions or realizations, I would like to pay my obeisances to Her Grace, Preethivilasini Mataji, and all the assembled devotees. Thank you so much once again, Mataji, for a very beautiful class. Do I have your permission to close the call?
Sure, Mataji.
Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuveva cha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavyo namo namah. Samasta Vaishnavinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Caitanya Bhagavat ki jai. Her Grace Preethivilasini Mataji ki jai.
Jai. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, dear
Hare
devotees.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Mataji.
thank you, Mataji.